Lobsters are so cool. I wish I knew more about them.
Well, I know a lot about lobsters. Do you want to know?
Sure.
480 million years ago, there was a lobster-like sea creature that ate plankton. Its name is something I can't pronounce, but is shown on screen right now. And it is the earliest known ancestor for the lobsters. When European settlers reached North America, lobsters were so plentiful that they would wash ashore in piles up to 2 feet high. Native Americans used them as fertilizer for their crops and bait for their fishing hooks, and would cook them on hot rocks wrapped in seaweed and eat them. Lobsters were gathered by hand along the shoreline until, in the late 1700s, specialized boats called smacks were introduced in Maine for the transport of live lobsters. Lobsters exhibit many different behaviors. To hunt, they use their small antennae and use their front walking legs to shift the sand and find their prey. When eating, lobsters eat food items that need to be opened, including mussels and clams. Occasionally, they also eat squid and fish. In order to eat shellfish, they use their crusher claws to break open the shell. To catch squid and fish, lobsters use its Caesar claw. For both, after they have been opened or caught, the pincers are used to pick apart the food. In captivity, lobsters have been seen eating each other due to boredom. Mating season is during July and August. Female lobsters tend to mate mostly after she has shed her shell and is in the soft shell state, usually every 2 years. Mates are chosen by the female urinating into the den of her desired mate. If interested, he will let her move in. Once a mate has been chosen, lobsters have a mating dance that they can last a few minutes or even a day. To mate, they rear up, belly to belly, and embrace before toppling over with the female belly up, so the male can deposit its sperm into her belly. Lobster migration occurs for 2 reasons. First, female lobsters migrate to deeper waters to release eggs and go to the outlier reef south of the WSER boundary. Second reason, lobsters prefer warmer water, so they migrate as a mass to deeper waters when water starts to cool. They also migrate into deeper waters when there is a big storm approaching for safety. They migrate in a long, single file line. This is done to reduce water drag for the lobsters traveling behind others, so the stronger lobsters lead the line and are in the back of the line. During the time that adult lobsters need to molt their shell, they tend to retreat under a rock as it sheds its exoskeleton, as it's a very vulnerable time for them. Like insects and other crustaceans, lobsters have an external shell made of chitin and calcium. The shell contains sharp spines which protect the lobsters from predators. Lobsters have 2 main parts, the head and the abdomen, which together are called the cephalothorax. The cephalon of lobsters make up 50% of the body configuration. The cephalon contains many appendages that are crucial to the lobster's survival, which include the eyes, antennae, and intennules, mouth, and 2 pairs of 5 of the walking legs. The thorax, more commonly referred to as the tail, plays many roles on the lobster's body. The lobster's tail contains swimmerets that aid in swimming, and in females do the crucial role of holding delicate eggs, which one day will become beacher spiny lobsters.
What do you think the lobster's future is going to look like?
Oh, their future? Whew. Let me tell you more about that.
Efforts are being done to grow the lobster population by keeping fertile females in habitats and lobster farming. The lobsters that are being born in captivity are quickly released into the wild to try and restock the wild population. Overfishing is greatly harming the lobster population. However, these efforts will be for nothing if we continue to overpollute and overfish. Pollutants have very harmful chemicals that affect lobsters and their embryos. Disease like shell rot and shell burn are also greatly affecting their population. Results of sewage and pollution could dramatically impact the ability of the lobster to survive in the kinds of numbers necessary to support current fishing pressures.
Thank you, I sure learned a lot.
Well, until next time.